Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're going to be doing a deep dive today. And, we keep hearing about this whole AI arms race thing, right?
Right.
So we're going to see what that actually looks like, not just algorithms and stuff, but like on the ground, like real physical stuff.
Yeah, the infrastructure.
Yeah, exactly. So the main source we're looking at today is this really interesting article from AI Times.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, it's a South Korean AI news site.
Hmm.
And it's about how Elon Musk is making some big moves in the AI infrastructure world, like really big.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. What's crazy is that it's not about like some, abstract algorithm or anything. It's like the actual physical spaces you need to run these things.
The data centers.
Yeah, data centers, exactly. So Elon Musk's company XAI, they're building their second massive data center.
What?
Yeah, so their first one is called Colossus.
Okay.
That one's already running in Memphis, and it has something like 200,000 GPUs.
200,000.
Yeah, 200,000 GPUs in one.
That's insane.
To put that in perspective, that's more GPUs than like a lot of entire countries have.
Wow. Okay, so it's aptly named Colossus.
Yeah, you could say that.
So if they already have this massive data center, why are they building another one?
So this new one's going up in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
It's a bit smaller than Colossus, but I mean, when we say smaller,
Right.
It's still got 12,448 GPUs, and it's going to cost about $700 million.
$700 million?
Or almost a trillion Korean won.
Wow.
And even at that size, it's still like on par with what like Amazon and Google are building for their AI stuff.
So it seems like Musk is really trying to compete with these big tech companies in the AI world.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
And what's really interesting is that this Atlanta project started right after XAI, like massively boosted Colossus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they added like another 110,000 GPUs on top of the 100,000 it already had.
Wow, so that brings it to like...
210,000.
Okay, wow, so he's going all in.
Yeah, it seems like he really wants to dominate the AI space.
Yeah, I mean, with these investments, he's definitely a major player.
Definitely.
So, why Atlanta? What's so special about building a data center there?
Well, according to AI Times, they're getting some pretty sweet tax breaks.
Oh, okay.
And there's this anonymous data center expert that Business Insider talked to. And they said that like Atlanta has a good mix of like available resources and infrastructure.
So it's kind of the perfect spot for this kind of project.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Okay, so we've got these huge data centers, but like, what are they actually doing? What's the point of all this computing power?
The goal is something called exascale AI.
Exascale?
Yeah, so basically AI that can handle like trillions of parameters.
Okay.
You can kind of think of it like trillions of little knobs and dials that the AI can adjust to learn and solve problems.
So like a super powerful brain.
Yeah, way more powerful than any human brain.
Okay.
And that means it could do things that we can't even imagine right now.
Like what?
I mean, who knows, but like potentially new scientific discoveries, personalized medicine, maybe even like things we haven't even thought of yet.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
So he's really building the foundation for some powerful AI.
For sure.
Okay, so we talked about the size of these data centers, but it's not just about quantity, right?
Oh, definitely not.
Like the actual hardware must be super high-end.
Yeah, so most of the GPUs in the Atlanta Center will be NVIDIA's H100s.
Oh, wow, those are like the top-of-the-line AI chips, right?
Yeah, they're considered some of the most powerful out there.
Wow.
And just to give you an idea, an 8-chip rack of those H100s can cost anywhere from $277,000 to $500,000.
For one rack?
For one rack.
Okay, so why are these chips so expensive? What makes them special for AI?
So AI models need to do a lot of parallel processing, and these GPUs are designed specifically for that.
Okay.
Like, imagine you're trying to teach a computer to recognize a cat in a picture.
Okay.
It has to analyze like millions of pixels, compare them to its database of cat pictures, and then decide.
Right.
And these GPUs can do all those calculations super fast.
So it's like the engine that drives the whole AI learning process.
Exactly. And the better the engine, the faster and better the AI can learn.
So these H100s are like the Ferraris of AI chips.
Pretty much.
Okay, and one more thing. I was curious about this new data center in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It won't need liquid cooling.
Yeah, that's right.
How is that possible? I thought all these massive data centers needed liquid cooling.
Well, it's partly because of the climate in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
And partly because the H100 chips are more energy efficient.
Oh, wow. So they don't generate as much heat.
Exactly.
So that's good news for the environment, I guess.
Definitely less energy consumption.
Yeah, but even with these efficient chips, these data centers must still use a ton of energy, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, how much are we talking?
Well, the Atlanta data center is estimated to need like 20 megawatts of electricity.
20 megawatts. That's like enough to power a small town.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And that reminds me of the issues they had with the Colossus data center in Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
There were some environmental concerns, right?
Yeah, they had to build a whole separate gas turbine installation just to power the thing.
And I remember there were protests from environmental groups.
Right.
So it seems like this race for AI dominance has some real-world consequences.
Absolutely.
Like we have this amazing potential for AI to help us solve big problems, but we also have to consider the environmental cost.
It's definitely a trade-off.
And it's a tough one because we don't want to stifle innovation,
Right.
but we also don't want to destroy the planet in the process.
Exactly. It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
Yeah, it's something we really need to be thinking about as we move forward with AI.
For sure. You know, it's not just the data centers themselves. The article also mentioned that Musk is building AI capabilities directly into his social media platform X.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, apparently HPE, like the big tech company, they just got a massive contract to build AI servers specifically for X.
So he's integrating AI into a social media platform too.
Seems like it, yeah.
That's kind of scary to think about.
Yeah.
Like we already know that algorithms shape what we see online,
Right.
often without us even realizing it. So what happens when those algorithms get even more powerful?
Well, the contract is worth like 1.5 trillion Korean won, so he's definitely taking it seriously.
1.5 trillion, wow.
Yeah, so I guess the big question is, how is AI going to change the way we use social media?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, will it be for better or worse?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
I mean, it could be really cool, but it could also be kind of dystopian, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, imagine if the AI starts deciding what news you see or who you connect with.
That's a bit unsettling.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
Okay, so we've talked about the data centers and the social media stuff, but the article also mentioned something called Grok 3.
Oh, yeah?
What is that exactly?
So it's XAI's latest large language model.
Oh, okay, so it's like ChatGPT.
Yeah, kinda, but apparently it's even more advanced.
Okay, so bigger and better.
Basically, yeah, it's been trained on an even bigger data set than ChatGPT.
So what can it do that ChatGPT can't?
Well, from what I've read, it's supposed to be really good at understanding complex queries, generating creative text formats like poems or scripts, and translating languages really accurately.
Wow, that's impressive.
It is, yeah.
It makes you wonder what the next generation of these models will be able to do.
I know, right? It's moving so fast.
Yeah, it seems like every day there's a new AI breakthrough.
Exactly. And it's not just XAI either. Like, all the big tech companies are pouring money into AI research and development.
Like, how much are we talking?
Well, the article mentioned that last year, the combined AI investments of just 4 companies,
Okay.
Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta, were almost 2/3 of South Korea's entire national budget.
Wow. Seriously.
Yeah, that's how much they're investing.
That's insane.
It really shows how much they believe in the potential of AI.
Yeah, it's like they're betting the future on it.
Pretty much.
So all this is fascinating, but what does it mean for, like, the average person?
Right. How will AI actually impact our lives?
Yeah, like, beyond just the cool gadgets and stuff.
Well, I mean, it's already impacting our lives in a lot of ways.
Really?
Yeah, think about it like personalized recommendations on Netflix or Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
Spam filters in your email, facial recognition on your phone, that's all AI.
Right. I hadn't even thought about that.
It's everywhere already.
Wow.
But as these AI systems get even more powerful, like the 엑사스케일 AI we talked about earlier,
Right.
things are going to change even more drastically.
So, like, what could that look like?
I mean, imagine a world where your smartphone is like an incredibly intelligent assistant.
Okay.
It anticipates your feeds, learns from your habits, and even helps you solve complex problems in real time.
That sounds pretty amazing.
It does, yeah, but there are also some potential downsides.
Like what?
Well, job displacement is a big one.
Right.
As AI systems become capable of doing more and more tasks that humans currently do.
Yeah, that's a valid concern.
And we also need to be careful about algorithmic bias, you know?
Right.
Making sure that these AI systems are fair and don't just reinforce existing inequalities.
Yeah, that's really important.
Definitely.
So it seems like we need to be really thoughtful about how we develop and use AI.
Absolutely. It's a powerful tool, but it's up to us to use it responsibly.
Right. It's not just about the technology itself, but about how we choose to implement it.
Exactly. We need to make sure it benefits everyone, not just a select few.
Well said. I think that's a really important point.
It is. We need to have these conversations and make sure we're all on the same page.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of heavy stuff today.
We have.
But it's important to remember that the future of AI is not set in stone.
Right.
It's something we're all creating together.
Exactly. Through our choices and actions.
So it's up to us to decide what kind of future we want.
That's a good way to put it.
All right, everyone, that's going to do it for this deep dive into Elon Musk's AI empire.
It's been a great discussion.
It has. I've learned a lot.
Me too.
Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll be back soon with another deep dive into a different topic.
See you then.
All right, so we're back and ready to wrap up this deep dive into Elon Musk and all his AI stuff.
Yeah, we've seen his massive data centers and his plans to put AI into social media and all those powerful language models like Grok 3.
Yeah, and we talked about some of the good stuff and the bad stuff, the benefits and risks of all this AI stuff.
Right, like it's a powerful tool, but we need to use it carefully.
Exactly. I keep thinking about that stat from the AI Times article, that just 4 tech companies spent almost 2/3 of South Korea's whole budget on AI last year.
It's mind-blowing.
It is. It really makes you think, where is all this leading?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, is this the start of some amazing new era, or are we heading for trouble?
Well, AI has incredible potential, but we got to remember it's a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
So it's not just about what AI can do, but how we use it.
Exactly. We have to make sure it benefits all of us.
Okay, so let's talk about some possible scenarios. Like, what are some good things AI could do on the optimistic side?
Well, imagine AI systems that can help us with climate change.
Oh, yeah, like finding new energy sources or something.
Exactly. Or AI that can personalize medical treatments so they're more effective.
That would be incredible.
And AI could even do dangerous jobs so humans don't have to.
Okay, so those are some pretty exciting possibilities, but what about the other side of the coin?
Right, the risks.
Yeah, like what are some things we need to be worried about?
Well, job displacement is a big one, as AI gets better at doing things that humans used to do.
Yeah, that's a scary thought.
And we also have to watch out for algorithmic bias,
Mm.
Make sure these AI systems are fair and don't make existing inequalities worse.
So it's a tough balancing act, right? Trying to get the benefits of AI without the negative consequences.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but we have to try.
So what can we do, like as individuals, to make sure AI is used ethically?
I think staying informed is really important, Read about AI, talk about it, ask questions about how it's being developed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And support organizations that are promoting ethical AI and advocate for policies that protect against the potential harms.
So it's not just leaving it up to the tech companies and the researchers.
Right. It's about all of us taking responsibility and making sure AI is used for good.
I like that, taking responsibility for the future of AI.
It's up to us to shape this technology and decide what kind of world we want to live in.
Well said. I think that's a really important message to end on.
I agree.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, and it's been fascinating to explore all the different aspects of this AI revolution.
It really has been.
So thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into a different topic. But until then, stay curious and keep asking questions about the future.
And think about how you want to shape that future.
That's a great point. Thanks again, everyone.